got up school and a couple of guys who were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. Said you're moving with me, I see it going that way. People in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. So pass that thing and watch me flip. Behind my back, you know what's next. Jam. All in your waist, what's good? Just feel the bass. Drop it, knock it down the room. Shake it, break it, space, come on.
Don't you tell me to smile. You stick around, make it with your wild. Knowing me on what you get down. Feelings be calling so versatile. Style, profile. I said, it always makes you back when I hear boom child. On the hunt, you never have to run now. I will never go to the midnight live. With you gotta be, I will revive.
In the club, hard rock. Pick up for your girl, she on the jock. Now stop when we get the spot. Bully with the weight like she on the fly. With a drink, I got to know. Tattoo, tattoo, cause I'm rock, rock. Half black, half white, time now. Gang of money, on the top. Yo, I'm running through these halls like Drano. I got that devilish blue rock and roll, no halo. We party rock. Yeah, that's the crew that I'm repping on the rise to the top. No Lennon or Zeppelin.
I'm a nice dude with some nice cream. See these ice creams? See these ice creams? Eligible bachelor, $1 million boat. That's whiter than what's spilling down your throat. A phantom, exterior like fish eggs, an interior like superstar rich red. I can exercise you, this could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, that's how you get it, is that?
Now when I work a beat, my name was Rock. In my rap shoot, my beats is stop. Step from the ghetto when I start to chop. I'm rolling with Jack DJ era. If you try to knock me, you'll get rocked. I'll still fry you in my rock. You need to start shaking and your fingers pop. Like a bitch in the neck on Mr. Strop.
Step up fast and be first to make me throw this cash. We get money, don't be mad, I'll stop. Hate is bad, one more shot for us. Another round, please fill up a cup. So that's all out, you just want to see. You shake it out, now you home with me. Turn it up, cause it's getting heavy. Wild, wild, West Coast. These are the girls I love the most. I mean the ones, I mean like she's the one. Kiss her, touch her, squeeze her bones.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky.
뛰는 넌 그 위에 나는 너 baby baby 나는 뭘좀 아는 너 뛰는 넌 그 위에 나는 너 baby baby 나는 뭘좀 아는 너 You know what I'm saying?
Got the one on the finish line down and I wanna bet you cause I got it going on.
Mario C like to keep it clean. Gonna shine like Jason Beam. Keep on running cause that's my dream. Take more deep or stick it to things. Now when it comes to envy, go extreme. Don't stop the rhyme and the rhyme routine. Another dimension, new galaxy. Intergalactic planetary.
Hello, welcome to the Sunless Sunday. Sunless it's actually incredibly sunny outside right now. It's a very nice day outside. It's not even that hot here. We've kind of moved past the really hot weather, so we're in good shape right here. But it is sunless in my little streaming dome, so to speak. So that's what we're doing. It is time for Sunless Skies. As always, my name is Zara, and I will, but so last week we had some trouble. Um, last week I intended to go to Eleutheria, which is one of the other regions that I've never seen before, and I I may have inadvisably taken the advice of the game's wiki, which says that Eleutheria is not inherently more dangerous than any of the other regions. So I thought, well, it's probably not that bad. And within like 10 minutes, my character was dead, and I had to start all over again. Well, not all over, but we had a bit of a rough go at the beginning of last stream. So most of last week was kind of spent reacquiring a bunch of quests, and we still ended up doing a bunch of different stuff just because we started in Albion instead of the Reach. So it worked out that way. But unfortunately, we did lose a bunch of quests that we already had in progress, like the colonists at Hybris, who had all disappeared, and a few other things as well. Which, that being said, I don't know for sure how much stuff actually carries over between captains. Like, some quests, definitely, when you complete them, they're done. They're done forever. But I think if you don't complete a quest, it basically resets itself. And I think the Settlers from Hybris is one of those quests. So I think if we go to Hybris, we'd basically have to start all over again. But I don't know that for sure. So should we get there at some point, I guess we'll find out. Somehow opened the Risk Arena 2 video instead of live feed. I was very confused when you started saying it was Thursday. Well, it's like the saying that it's, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, it's Thursday. That's not true at all. Somewhere in the universe, it's Thursday. Let's go with that. I don't know where. Maybe maybe in this universe it's Thursday. It's July 6th, 1906. Was that a Thursday? I don't know. Let's say it was. Okay, so the last thing we did is we freed the half glass. There is a character who is half turned to glass who is imprisoned here in the Clockwork Sun. We got a bunch of ministry stamp permits to free him, and he is now on our ship. And they don't really want to talk to us right now, so I'm kind of just waiting until they're ready for that. We do have a couple other inscriptions in the Sky quest we got last time but never completed. Our aunt is on board. She's one of our officers. We've done a little bit more of the Counselor's Daughter. We actually found her in Perturance, but we have not been able to convince her to come with us. We did take part in an election and failed. We were not elected. And other than that, oh, and we have a package to deliver to London from the well-intentioned, the dazzled sequencer from where we are. So, I mean, that seems like a good place as any to start. Although I don't remember. We need a lot of literature. But I don't know who is selling it. I think somewhere around here they're selling it. Maybe not for a bargain, but they are selling it around here somewhere. They don't sell supplies. We can try scavenging for supplies. Let's do it. Well, that's not what I wanted. I got 4 fuel and lost 4 crew. That's not great. I wonder, can I sell that fuel? I can't. Because I'm over encumbered right now anyway, so I'm gonna have to sell some of that fuel. So I might as well get some money for it rather than just dumping it. Alright. So I guess going back to London is probably... We can start this quest. We do have to get back to the Serene Mausoleum at some point. Because... something. Oh, right, the inscription in the sky. Yeah, so we have completed a few legacy quests. The clock, Captain Whitlock's legacy, and the Orphean. Those are kind of the quests that remain completed. I think we can still redo pretty much everything else at this point. Alright, let's get away from this hellscape of the sun so it stops driving us crazy. The unfortunate part is we did not end up with a lot of money left over from our legacies, so we do have to kind of reclaim our fortune a little bit with doing the old port report thing, which is unfortunate because I think it's a little more difficult in Albion than it is in the Reach, and it started us in Albion, and I think we need 200 sovereigns in order to travel to the Reach, which I guess we do have that now, so we could probably do that. Yeah. Hey, we can actually investigate this. Refuel. To London, and I'll maybe stop at the mausoleum and then head to the Reach, or maybe I should just go straight to the Reach. Two of the locations to search for the Sky Sigil are in the Reach, so thought I could go under that. Is our aunt the only officer we have? She is. Another one of the things that has changed since we died is the Ministry has introduced their new train type, which is those guys. The Tackities are also developing their own new prototype that we have not heard any other information about yet. Ministry still has power in Albion, but the Reach pretty much solely belongs to the Tackities at this point. Let's deliver his care package, which, if I recall, last time we convinced him again with this character to make it a package of food for orphans instead of weapons, because the sequencer is a little bit of a scatterbrain. I can't remember, where did Mr. Menagerie go? Messenger Corpse, that's Squirming Ruin of Tumbled Spires. Ah, right. Again, I know where that is, not somewhere we can get to right. So we're not going to be seeing Mr. Menagerie for a while. I do need some crew. This character has good hearts, so when we recruit people, we have a much better chance to do so. 80 sovereigns. And naturally, I still fail. Not a great start. Last library, bronzewood for Parliament. 5 consignments of good bronzewood. I have some in my bank. But I'll wait. I have some stained glass in there too. Okay. I mean, first things first, I need supplies. Actually, first things first, I should put some of this stuff in my bank. Because I don't. Actually, I need these hours to travel. And I guess... Boy, not having that extra cargo space is really hurting. Can I get anything that increases +8 to my hold? I could get that if we had the money, which we do not at the time. I don't think we had anything else to do here, so I'm going to normally I'd be able to turn in my port reports in London by talking to the guy in like the underground, kind of like the underground rebels, I guess. But I have not actually met him with this character, and I haven't gotten that opportunity yet. So unfortunately, I do have to turn in my port reports to the Ministry. To the Ministry of Public Decency. I don't have enough to get anything else. Turning in port reports last time is how we ended up getting all of the Ministry stamp permits that we needed to free the half glass. Alright, let's do that. I guess I could swing by the mausoleum and see if the Sky Sigil is there. Last time it was. I would hate to have to go to the Reach and visit all these places and find out it was right under my nose. I gotta stop running into stuff. They really need to put their platform further away from the building. Oh boy. NPC ships will not move out of your way. So you got to be a little wary of where they're going, so that you don't run into them. Lousy Ministry. Yeah, it definitely sucks that our last character bit the big one, because that person had a lot of the officers on board already, and so we lost a lot of them. I don't think I can get through there. Nope. Ugh. So now the only officer that we've been able to find so far is just our aunt. Ran into us. I don't remember where she found us. I think it might have been in Perturance. That includes the old Rat Brigade, which means we'll have to do their whole thing over again if we do find them. I forget. Have we actually... Oh, right. She wanted to attend a soiree at Carolyn. We talked to her last stream, and she says she wants to go to Carolyn to do something. Resurrectionists. That hurt. That hurt. Extremely bad time for me to max out our heat. Corpses hang from a rail. Yeah, failure. You open a barred door to find a frozen cabin. The windows have been shattered, exposing it to the heavens cold in an attempt to preserve a set of cadavers. Too young, too older, perhaps a family? A set of bell jars filled with murky oil contains organs. Well, we got a lot of terror, which is not good. We took a lot of damage from that fight. The Resurrectionists have a large weapon equipped on them, and it hurts when you get hit by it. Hey. Got a sky story. Yeah, the unfortunate part about being an Albion is that there's much less things scattered around to give you more useful resources. Like in the Reach, most of the stuff you stumble on will usually either give you like supplies or fuel or, you know, other kind of useful items. Stuff in Albion, much less so, which makes sense because it's not, you know, the Reach is basically a frontier. Resurrectionists seem to soak more damage than most of the dudes back in the Reach. That is also true. The enemies here definitely seem to take harder hits than the others. Resupply. We'll go to... let's attend a Skyfarer's funeral. That will actually get rid of a decent amount of our terror. Look for the inscribed Tinkerer's sigil. That's what we're here for. You follow the Tinkerer's instructions. A quiet window off a landing below the upper vault. Far below, mourners and courtiers, all in black silk, wander the nave like a host of spiders. You take out a magnifying glass provided and turn your attention to the walls. Some quick thinking on your engineer's part doused the worst of the flames. The correspondence often has a spectacular side effects. Your notebook has survived, but with your drawings of the many, many identical broken sigils that adorn the gallery that looks out over the dead star below. Oh, okay, so the sigil was in the mausoleum again. Write a report. And... oh, we can do this now. Investigate the Chamberlain's disappearance. The Deathless frown on any discussion of the matter among their servants, but you manage to befriend a group of footmen over a game of cards. It's an issue that's been gnawing at them. With the Chamberlain gone, no one has seniority of the sepulchre, and no one has permission to correct the clocks that go wrong. When I last saw him, he was descending into the deepest vaults, says one of the footmen, laying down a king and a queen of hearts. We're not meant to go down there, so I thought it was odd, but I'm hardly going to stop him, am I? No one seems entirely sure which of the vaults is the deepest. The footmen advises you to just keep going down until there's no down left. It isn't long before your legs are aching. Vaults seem to offer much more down than the footman had implied. You passed your last coffin long ago. It seems like there's nothing else here but dust and cobwebs. There are torch brackets on the walls, but no torches. At first, you thank heaven you brought your lantern, but much further down, where the steps are crumbling away, you find the deepest vault bathed in harsh, red, unrelenting light. Examine for traces of the Chamberlain. When you place your palm on against the floor, it comes away sticky, hot, and red, as though you just thrust your hand inside a freshly slaughtered sow. The entire vault is stained with something, a sickness in the air and a wrongness in the stone. Blood-like, but not blood. You search for the Chamberlain for what feels like hours. No avails. The walls part. A beam of moonlight breaks through. The ceiling vanishes. The walls part like the curtains of a stage. A path of silver light unfurls from the moon above. A solemn procession marches down the moonlight road toward you. Most of the white-robed figures are barehanded, but one thrusts the blade of black iron overhead. Another reverentially holds up a stone goblet. For you, who have seen things both wondrous and terrible, says the cupbearer, laying the cup carefully at your feet, choose to live beneath the light and mourn. Then she is gone. The vault closes back around you, more oppressive than ever. You are slipping further and further into a world that no longer exists. Examine a book. Oh, you reacquaint yourself with the scab-mottled walls, stained floor. A leather-bound book is sitting carefully propped up only a few feet from you. How did you miss this before? I assume the bright eyes and cold hand means your higher mirror's iron. No, I think that was the thing that we needed. I think we needed a vision of the heavens and a certain amount of terror, I'm guessing. Because this looks like this is the next step in this quest line. From the name scrawled on the inlay in erratic handwriting, it appears to be the Dismal Chamberlain's journal. The rest is written in code. You'll have to examine it when you're aboard the engine. With nothing else demanding your attention in the vault, you begin the long, torturous journey back up thousands of narrow steps to the nave. Gather 3 sky stories to begin translating the journal's code. I'm pretty sure I have those already. Contemplate the dead sun. We've got enough terror. Although I think partial success. Okay, you get a vision of the heavens and terror. Ugh, it's getting up there. Okay, so we found the sigil, which they want at the Royal Society. But I think I'd rather go back to the Reach. I'll come back to Albion eventually. Studying the Chamberlain's journal. The journal is a frustrating document, written in both terrible handwriting and a near impenetrable code. Much of what you can painstakingly decipher is meaningless without context. Scattered phrases like chimeric moonlight, a golden day, and death in amber. Most of all, the same phrase again and again, the Martyr King's Cup. You study it through the night. It seems to offer no clue to the Chamberlain's whereabouts, but you feel on the verge of some other tantalizing realization. You can only translate fragments of the journal, mostly through trial and error. It takes hours. From the scraps you can decipher, you gather that the central subject is something called the Martyr King's Cup, which reputedly holds the key to immortality. Why one of the Deathless would need such an object, you couldn't speculate. The Chamberlain was apparently obsessed with the cup. He declares a total commitment to finding it, even if it means abandoning his prestigious role at the mausoleum. granted a glimpse of silver. Return to the mausoleum and inform them of the dismal chamberlain's dismal fate. Well, I mean, we're here. Hey, I was just here. Inform the engraved mourner of the chamberlain's fate. The mourner's tone is grim. Yes, we knew. The chamberlain was always preoccupied by the deepest vaults. Too many visitors have gone down there and come back with strange ideas in their heads. He hands you a sheaf of documents. Maps from his office, with his notes. They may prove useful. I'm giving them to you because the alternative is to burn them. As you turn to leave, he raises a polished finger. Before you go, a warning. Unfortunately for you, you have not been chosen to seek the cup, but you should ensure that the journal is destroyed. It can only lead others astray. Huh. Perhaps not. No. Let's get out of this port, and then I'll level up. Oh, hang on. First, there's discontent. A junior signaler receives a dose of medicinal port in the infirmary after seeing a frozen corpse spin past a window. The experience has shaken him. The dead are hungry, he says. We need to make an offering or they'll just come back, a knocking at the hull. Double back for the corpse and loot it. Reprimand him. It's gonna take one supply. Yeah. I don't really like jettisoning supplies, but we do what we gotta do to keep sane out here. Alright, level up. So we are at level 8. What things do we have here? We got very high hearts, sort of high mirrors, and fairly low iron and veils. A promise of days. A blockade of New Winchester. What was we needed for the gun? More veils. I think it was more veils. Or no, I think I needed mirrors for that gun. I'm pretty sure it was mirrors. What? I don't even have anything that gives mirrors. Oh, other than lizard. You lost your mind once. Sure. Mirrors and iron. It's always nice to have higher iron. Probably going to increase our terror. But hey, it's a free sky story. I guess we'll probably... I would like to collect port reports from everywhere before I leave, but my terror is much too high And I don't really have any reason... I don't think I've even been to the home bureau with this character yet. But I don't really have any reason to go there now. So we will hit Brabazon. And then take a hop and a skip over to the Reach and see what's going on there. See if we can collect some more officers. And also deal with some of the terror that we have accrued. Sure is just open space under there. Really effective sense of scale, yeah. I'm glad that it is a 2D game, because trying to traverse this in 3D would probably be nightmarish. Hey, let's pay our respects to the dead. Ah! Where did you come from? Waste of time. Some of the geodes are cracked. No, I need these hours. Collect them. Every single one. I don't care how long it takes. Since he boarded your train, the empty silence has started to get on your crew's nerves. What kind of man doesn't even sit to play a round of cards when asked? Isn't he bored? All he wants to do is stare out of the windows. Worse, he still hasn't told you where he wants to go. The crew are starting to worry he's a permanent addition. He turns to you, chewing his words. Finally, he spits them out. I have a confession. I miss the light of the sun. He avoids your gaze. I miss the pain of its touch. I miss the songs in my head. But I won't go back. Won't give them the satisfaction. So I want you to shatter me. Break me into 1,000 glittering pieces and let me bathe in the sun's light. Well, this character was a priest, so there must be another way. There is a place called Carolyn where devils help agonized souls find healing. Perhaps they can help the empty recover from his dependence on the sun. It has to be better than being smashed to splinters. After much persuasion, he finally agrees to give it a try. Carolyn will shatter me as sure as the hammer, he says. The difficult part comes after. The repair. Alright. Boy, I've got a lot of terror. Where did that come from? I can't even get port reports from Brabazon without going through that whole tour. Just ain't worth it. Gotta get to the Reach. Gotta go to Carolyn. We were going there anyway, so now we've got 2 reasons to go. Alright, let me in. Well, I got another pop-up. Present ourselves to customs. I have nothing to declare. Okay. Return to my engine. Travel to the Reach. Oh, I have a ministry stamp permit. Huh. I must have gotten an extra one. But the reason that we were carrying these barrels of unseasoned hours is so we could do this. So let's head on back to the Reach. I do like the fact that the transit relays basically use some sort of horrifying Lovecraftian magic to transport you between realms. Because of course it would in this game. Oh wow, there's a bunch of people here. Incautious drivers here for 20 bucks. Mind if I do? Get you back on board. Incognito Princess. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I want. We only need to have 100 sovereigns. She doesn't actually cost that much to recruit. She just cares that we have money. Yeah, let's write a port report about Port Prosper. This is the first time this character has been in the Reach so far. Let's hold off on supplies for now. I think we're probably good. We will equip our officers. And I don't think there's anything... Oh right, we can offer transport to settlers. We haven't done that with this character yet. They want to go to Trader's Wood. Okay. Attend a parade. Mingle with the East Enders. They seem more your level. Yeah, I'm tolerated by the impoverished East Enders. Alright. So there's not much to do in Port Prosper. I suppose I do have to get to Carolyn. I would definitely like to go to Magdalene's to get rid of some of this terror first. Because I can only imagine what kind of the hell awaits me in Carolyn. Scribe spinsters haunt these glades. He's not wrong. That's the last thing that I need. Wow, that's a strong wind. Holy. Out of here. Take the long way around. That wind is way too much for me to compete with. Oh, settlers. homestead. You set down in a quiet homestead. The buildings are well kept, fences recently painted, plants thoroughly beaten back. But no one comes out to greet you. Let's investigate. Judging from the lack of dust on the porch, the inhabitants only departed recently. It's easy enough to get in. The nails are only loosely hammered in. We have supplies. Let's investigate. Let's see what happened. Oh, we gained more terror. Perfect. No furniture is upturned. There are no bloodstains. But it doesn't seem the occupants had much time to plan their departure. There are bundles of unwashed laundry. There's a pile of children's toys in one room. A Bible lies open in the kitchen by the knife rack. Psalm 109 has been excised. This game really wants my crew to go insane. That seemed like a recipe for terror, probably. I was hoping we'd find, like, something to reduce terror, but I guess if everybody was already gone, yeah, it was probably a safe bet that I wasn't going to find anything. I'm hoping I get the pop-up that will let me increase my nightmares to reduce terror. Because I'm willing to take another hit to my nightmares, because I should be able to reduce that by 1 at Magnons. But having this much terror is not a good thing. I'm pretty sure I am in clear mutiny territory right now. And also, I got a pop-up on my... Right before I went through the relay gate, I got a pop-up for a different thing, which I'm pretty sure was someone sneaking into my cabin. So I may have lucked out. Listen to its last complaint. I was hoping that would give me a terror reduction. Psalm 109 is basically cursing someone who wronged the author. Huh. I did not know that. As someone who went to Catholic school, I probably should. But whoops. Uh-oh. A pistol has vanished from the armory. Knives are disappearing. Signs of insurrection. The burrower below, one of the gods of the sky, is a keeper of oaths. Her eye is upon you. Few among the crew would dare break an oath sworn on her. I'm kind of tempted. Also, I'm pretty sure having high terror has also changed the music. Because I've never really heard this song play before. 60% chance is not the greatest. I'll do the safe option. I'll increase my nightmares. Oh, this is the pop-up we got that we missed. For weeks you felt the pressure of hidden eyes, their gaze gnawing into your skin like burrowing ants. At first you suspected the junior navigator, who you caught glancing your way not once, but twice. But she seemed baffled by your sharp rebuke. As you sit in your quarters, the cloying sense of scrutiny mounts. You stare helplessly from the window, and the stars are endlessly black. Find a telescope. Could it be the stars that are watching you? You requisition a telescope from one of your crew. For a moment, you hesitate. The stars may well be watching. How will they react if you look back? Finally, you hunch and scan the sky until you find burning gold. You see a stare that impales, an abyss gaze hollowing, your soul smeared across a microscope slide. Merciless, unphilosophical, eternal contemplation. When you step back from the telescope, trembling, you see that the sky now bristles with piercing eyes where the stars used to be. They're watching. They've always been watching. I really wanted to do the oath, but I'm pretty sure if I failed that, I probably would have just died. Would have to start over again. Plus, at least here in Magdalens, I should be able to get rid of one of my nightmares. Let's do my mother. And treat her terror. I have 5 savage secrets. That's a good one. Alright. Who can tend to your wounded heart? Whoever you need, you can find behind one of these doors. Someone who once meant a very great deal. The room has been decorated as you remember it. The old headboard that creaked at inopportune moments. The stuffed animal remains sat on the bedside cabinet, even more threadbare than before. They are sat in an old wicker chair by the fire. They stand to greet you, taking your head into their hands that are just a little more lined than you recall. 2 glasses have been poured. The carafe stands at the side, waiting for you to indulge as much or as little as you please. Recruit crew from the market. Yeah, we got a guy. Pretty sure we did this already. There's delivery waiting for Magdalens. Yeah, we've done this one already. Right, report. I'm pretty sure we'd have to do the amenable host quest again as well. The amenable host. Conversation. Maybe not. Or maybe we actually have to speak to an attendant first. I know there was like something we had to do first to get his attention, but yeah, we've done that quest already. I'm already selling verdant seeds. I don't want them. Give me fuel. Give me fire. I guess I might as well stop by Olmir and Plenty Circus to grab another port report too. Peacock wind. More wind. Wow. The jet streams of wind come and go on different parts of the map as well. And they are like bordering both sides of Magdalens, which is unfortunate. Might be able to sneak by here. Not quite. This is not the good wind. The good wind is the one that restores your supplies. I can't remember what that one's called, but it's not here. Oh, we can't mine that. We could before our previous captain, Comrade Bell. Alas, we are not that person anymore. We don't have the iron to use that drill, so we're stuck. Beach marauders. Let me guess. Salon Street Gossip. Every time. I always think that This time, maybe I'll get something more interesting, but I never do. Should always just get the money. I wonder... Okay, so we didn't get even... Because the gate to get into Leotheria is up here. It's right just north of Hybris. That is where we went last time and promptly murdered ourselves. We got attacked by like 6 different things at once. Didn't even find a port. Just zapped in and then... Oh, you're dead. The Amiable Vagabond. I don't think we recruited him last time. We need 2 sky stories. Let's do it. Yeah, because he's a signaler. The last signaler that we had was the other guy. So we'll take the Amiable Vagabond this time around. New arrivals at the circus. We don't really need new crew. Let's listen to their stories. Reduces our terror a little bit. Oh, we were in the middle of this quest when we died as well, helping the circus. So I guess I'll have to restart all this stuff. Enter the big top. Visit the amusements. I don't think we get enough. Yeah, no, we need to do this stuff one more time to get enough recognition to actually get and talk to the ringmaster. So we have to leave and come back. Sound like Bronzewood. Alright. Starting to run out of money, so I better get back to New Winchester and turn in these port reports. Supply. Repair. Need repairs desperately. Something to crave. I think that's the food, the eels, which I can't harvest. Medical emergency. Settler from Port Prosper staggers onto the bridge, clutching his throat. Appears to be in some distress. Oh, yeah, he died. Keep him for study. Unfortunate fate, but you know, sometimes that's just how things go out here in the Reach. Sometimes you just sprout hair across every part of your body and die. No, that's the company house. We don't want that one. There's nobody at the company house anymore. We want Victory Hall. Hello. The Indurate Veteran. Gonna deliver report reports. The stovepipes now total fortune is 8. They are not doing so well. New Winchester. Alright. home away from home. The Tackities answer. Oh, this is the train that they're building. London's invention of the Monitor-class locomotives has sparked alarm in the Reach. The Tackities value their privacy and don't want Her Majesty's watchdogs freely prowling the skies. Word has it that the Indurate veteran has convinced the Colonial Assembly to invest in an appropriate response. After 4 pubs and rather more than 4 drinks, you manage to learn the following. Firstly, the Tackities have embarked on a project to develop a new locomotive of their own. It's only a matter of time until the first ones are completed. Secondly, that the work is taking place at the O'Brien factory at Lustrum. And thirdly, that the Tackities are desperate for donations of expertise or bronzewood to expedite the construction. Interesting. Alright, let's repair our locomotive. Fully repair our hull. For 144 sovereigns. Oof. But yeah. Hey, our critical damage quality is gone. I don't know offhand what that means, but... Oh. Is this... Okay. So a meeting takes several days to arrange. She rejects the round table, the pernickety factor. She rejects the round table as a venue and all of the cafes in the upper district. Even that nice tea room under the bridges. Eventually you agree upon the parlor at Company House, which is open to visitors on a Sunday. The pernickety factor requests you to change table 3 times before she's satisfied. I'm looking for several disappeared colonists. I believe their destination was Hybris. I'd be much appreciative if you were to take me there. Cool. So we can actually kind of resume this quest. That's good. I'm glad about that, because last time I had to pick... I'm pretty sure I picked her up from Albion and brought her to Hybris through the gate, I do believe. I already know about that stuff. Ponder my ambition. So the ambition for this character was the Song of the Sky, of which we need 7 Tales of Terror and 7 Sky Stories to begin. And yeah, that's... Yeah, I guess there's not really much else to do here. Seeds for Magdalene's and hours for the circus's ringmaster. I wonder if I go to Lustrum, the hours mine that I have, will I be able to claim it because the last person died? That would be nice. I'm going to assume that I can. Wait, how many do I need? 5 more. Well, I have 5. So I can just... Oh, I can't carry that many. I guess I can drop off some of this stuff. I'll keep the fuel. And Abraham's Engineering is the one we want, because I want to buy this. But I need so much money. So we need to go to Carolyn. We need to go to Hybris, and I need to deliver these hours to Polmere Plenty. Let's go to Carolyn first. We got a couple things to do there. I always outfit myself with way more supply than fuel than I generally need. Just because I am terrified of suddenly running out while I am in the middle of nowhere. But at this point, these maps have been charted well enough that I don't think that'll happen. So I feel pretty safe with 4 fuel and 3 supplies. Sometimes the tooltips get stuck open. I can sure barely read that. Force open the doors. Well, we lost a crew member, but we got another barrel of unseasoned hours. Which, at this point, we really don't need. Oh well. Oh, and of course, the fuel changes over the second that I continue moving. Silly of me. Who's fighting? Aunt calling me out on what I'm wearing. She is rather inconvenient. Alright, back in Carolyn. Right aboard report. We'll speak to the presiding deviless. We have talked to her before. Oh right, yeah, she can give us things. Okay, first things first, let's deliver the half glass empty, excuse me. The presiding deviless descends to meet your rescued prisoner. She taps his glass eye with a fingernail. A sun-touched soul, she muses, an eager flash of tongue at her lips. Yes, we can take good care of him. 2 attendants wheel out a bed and gently help the empty climb in. Your last words with the empty are awkward and brief. He was never much of a conversationalist. He thanks you, and he seems happy to leave it at that. When you return to your train, you find a nervous young man waiting outside with a barrel of souls. The devil has told me to deliver these to you, he says. Said it was a fair trade for such a patient. 2 selections of immaculate souls. I have no idea what I can use those for. But anyway, it's time for the candlelit soiree with our inconvenient aunt. Your aunt, chattering constantly, guides you through the ash-gray stone chambers of Carolyn. Eventually, you reach a little door in one of the less traveled backways. Your aunt knocks thrice. The door swings open. A severe, scarred old woman peers out. Bunty, your aunt cries happily. After a brief introduction, Bunty ushers you inside. You emerge into a room with a high, mirrored ceiling. Its dark-paneled walls are illuminated by dripping crimson candles. Revolutionaries consort with ministry auditors. Devils drink with bright-eyed ministers of the new sequence. A famous tackety general is highly occupied with a distinguished admiral. What has she brought you to? Look for my aunt. She's disappeared into the crowd. This does not bode well. You duck between a pair of drunken lords toasting their family feud and follow the sound of boiled sweets being crunched. You are led deep into the bowels of the chamber. Your aunt is shamelessly eavesdropping on a conversation at the foot of a staircase. Her expression is aghast. You make out the words, St. Dunstan's Rendezvous, a company of 4, before your aunt notices you. Let's get out of here, she says, hurrying you away. You have attended a scandalous soiree with your aunt. And got a sky story. Steal an offering from the burrower below. That seems like a bad idea. I'm a priest. Okay, I have to actually get permission from the presiding deviless. And after stay at Carol, then. Yeah, we've done this before. A long time ago, but we've done it before. I never really got that deep into the whole Carolyn stuff because it seemed like there is a lot to do here. No, okay, I guess I can't. Supplies, I don't even have any room for that. Unfortunately. So... I could go check on Lustrum, but if I do inherit the hours mine from Lustrum, then I'm gonna have like 1,000,000 barrels of hours dumped on me. And I'm gonna have to just get rid of most of them. So I think for now, let's see if I can get up to Hybris and deliver that, restart that, or resume, I suppose, the missing colonists quest. Our terror is not very high. We don't have to swing by the unknown rat. What's going on up here? Nothing that's worth me getting involved. Oh, I guess I am going toward the unknown rat. This map is enormous. I really wish that you could zoom in and out, like, on your train itself from here, rather than just the map. Although I suppose that kind of defeats the whole purpose of, like, navigating, like, planning a course and carrying it out, which is... I kind of like that a little bit. That's one of the things that I really like about a game like, for example, Sea of Thieves. Where... Oh no. You know, everything in Sea of Thieves is done in-game, so it's all your navigation is done manually, which is fun. Homestead. I do have a bunch of Salon Stewed Gossip. I can trade that for supplies. That seems like a good idea. Our terror is pretty low. Yeah. We're fine. We're all good. I guess I do have to deliver these barrels of hours to the circus, so I might as well do that. I'm sure I've got enough supplies to get me to Hybris. Although they don't... they don't have... I could go to Titania. The circus sells fuel, but not supplies. Titania, I want to say sells supplies. So I'll stop by there, because all the colonists in Hybris are gone, so they don't have a store that sells anything anymore. And while it's not that far, it is a bit of a trek to get up there. Hardo. I definitely would have crashed if I had not auto-docked. Alright, we can get another port report. We have not been gone long enough to buy more tickets to the circus, unfortunately. But we can sell these hours. Make a tidy 700 bucks. We don't need to buy any bronzewood. Oh, they sell supplies here. Ooh. In that case, I'm gonna buy 2 supplies. Take a quick trip to Titania, because I'm sure Titania will sell fuel. If not, I might be in trouble. Plus, the last time that we were in Titania, we told them to construct in the style of London. And then that character died, so we might have new opportunities with this character. Although I think we needed to donate money in order to rebuild the next section of the city. Because many streams ago, the city was destroyed by giant singing bees. And I can't scoop. Giant bees, like these ones. They're cool. They're non-hostile unless you shoot them. Kills. Temperature has plummeted and continues to fall by the hour. Pipes lock with ice. Crew wrap themselves in coats and blankets. It will not be enough. Some mutter that you have angered the waste waif who speaks in the frost and bitterness. Ugh. Tug my collar. The waif is a lonely power. Perhaps its displeasure would ease if you gave it some company. Sacrifice. Okay. It says cast out all your supplies, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot, but it's only 2. Endure the cold. Oh no, it does get rid of all of my supplies. Okay. Waste Waif is uninterested in you. Well, that's okay. We'll be fine. Floating corpses of chorister bees bump against the side of the engine as you pull into port. A fight must have taken place here not long ago. Welcome to Titania. They say that visitors can request a boon from the buildings here. An intriguing offer. Titania is as your previous captain left it. Continue developing it in this part of this lineage as part of this lineage, or invest extra to continue building it up as your current self. Okay. Oh, there's much to be done. Current funding progress is 100%, damage is 0. Ah, okay. So we can advocate for a salon, a museum, or a scientific enclave. Well, I have a lot of hearts and mirrors, so I am some sort of bleeding heart priest poet. So let's advocate for a salon. They Titania is slowly rebuilding. Aha, they do sell both. Excellent. All topped up. I was pretty sure Titania sold both fuel and supplies, but I couldn't remember exactly. That's just donating stuff to get experience. We don't want that. Let's encourage a visitor to invest in Titania. Although the prospect of advancing the cultural excellence of Titania doesn't do much for his lordship, the mention of enduring prestige and a big plaque for the donor does. You leave him negotiating the power of his pocketbook with the Rhapsodic Mayor. Current funding progress, 10%. Alright. Onward to Hybris. Past the Posey Park. And this time we will not be going to Eleutheria. That was so cursed. Still can't believe that happened. All I wanted to do was just pop in, find like a nearby port, and then, you know, resolve a quest line and then get out. But nope. Just showed up, murdered. I would say, now that I've been playing this game for quite some time, I would say the one thing about it that I am not so keen on is just how long everything takes. Like, there's a ton of content in the game, which is great. There's lots of different stories to uncover and read about, and very, very good writing, very good atmosphere, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to, like, okay, I want to just, you know, get stuff done. Like, I've put, I don't know how many hours into this now. I don't know how many weeks I've been doing this. Probably like 3.5, 4 months now. And I've only glimpsed Eleutheria, and I have never been to the Blue Kingdom. And I don't feel like I am ready to do either. Like, the wiki says that the Blue Kingdom is basically like, it's just straight up the most dangerous part of the game, period. Just reading about some of the things and the reasons why it's so dangerous. It's, yeah, you need to be prepared with a very good locomotive, which, you know, I would love to be able to do that, but the amount of money that you need in order to buy, you know, a top tier locomotive is a lot. And all the equipment and everything, it just seems like you don't earn money fast enough. So you end up kind of doing lots of back and forth, port reports, that stuff. Move the hold. Hey, perfect. And I understand that this is a very long-form game, just in general. It's meant to be played, you know, as a legacy for your character. But oh, how terrifying. What remains of the behemoth's carapace is scarred with sigils. Most are marred and broken, some still holding a sullen, resentful power. Your locomotive is stopped on a broad, flat section of the shell. The few sigils nearby are too cracked to discern, to risk much harm. Delve deeper into the body. Oh, I lost supplies. I thought I would gain supplies. I should have read that. Ugh. Search for its heart. You have a chart that points its way to its heart. Heck yes. After hours of pressing through low-ceiling tunnels, the walls become papery, like a wasp's nest. The ground is more rubbery and corded. Muscle. You must be nearing the heart. You squeeze through a cranny in an oval-shaped chamber. A stultifying heat presses down. You are in a ventricle of the heart. The heart is clogged with hard, black, cancerous polyps, each scored with a sigil of guilt. They have grown in such abundance that the heart is distorted. They have torn a hole in the muscle wall. Is this what killed the behemoth? Have a searing enigma. Huh. I don't need to repair, so let's move on. I don't think I've ever gotten a searing enigma before in this game. Didn't realize this was in the Trauma Center cinematic universe. It does seem like a lot of stuff in the Sunless universe emotionally has, like, emotions have very physical effects on people. That does seem to be a recurring theme that I find. How literal that is, I don't know, but they make a point of kind of avoiding that question. Shore leave in a fungal meadow. Forage for mushrooms. Please find some food to eat. Thank you. Alright, Ibris is still deserted. Where is it? So this is pretty much where we left off before our last captain killed himself in Eleutheria. Port, I suppose. See if we can scavenge any supplies and fuel. Oh, nice. A 33% chance of success. Oh. All is exactly as the Hybrians had left it. Table set for Sunday dinner, dry fungus left in the hearts for kindling. You are rummaging about Nance's larder when a fat purple sack suddenly explodes into spores, filling the confined space. Inhale the spores. Cover your mouth. Light a match. I feel like cover the mouth is probably the most reasonable response. Wrap a scarf around your nose and mouth and close your eyes tight as you dare. You fumble for the door. The pernickety factor is on the other side. I think it's time to consult an expert. There's a superior researcher on Leadbeater and Snadron Nature Reserve who might be able to tell us more about these wretched mushrooms. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Let's see. I guess... yeah, it's just coming back the way we came. We probably have enough supplies and fuel to get to Leadbeater just straight away. I don't know what that is. And I don't want to know, so I'm going to go the other way. Doubts prey upon you. Drink and forget what I've seen. I'm developing a taste for the bottle. There's nobody who, besides your avatar, who has an actual name instead of an adjective occupation, right? As far as I'm aware, yes. No. The only other character who has a name was the previous captain of the ship, or of the train, who was on her deathbed when the game starts, which was Captain Whitlaw. Which makes sense because she would technically be part of this lineage, so to speak. So that, I guess that makes sense why she would have a name. But as far as I'm aware, no one else has a name. Everyone else is presented as, indeed, adjective occupation. And yet, everyone still has a unique, quote-unquote, name. It is very rare for even one, like even an adjective to be repeated. These guys, the writers of this game, have a very deep thesaurus, and they are going to use it. The old dusty trail again. More discontent. I guess we do have lots of fuel, so let's double back and loot it. 99 bucks. I'm alright with that. That'll easily pay for the fuel that we burned going back for it. Oh boy. Oh, I don't like that. I do kind of want to kill it though. Let's see what's inside. Looks like I've got longer range than it does. Oh goodness. It's very upset. A colonized cantankerite. Huh. Oh, I see it. Okay, you. Get out of here. I'm bigger and stronger than you. I wish you could damage them by just ramming into them. Alright, let's see what this terrifying thing left behind. A palpitating mycological mass of fractured chitinous legs, frilled gills, and ruptured polyps. A growth of livid fungus has engulfed a small herd of cantankerite. Now it is dying. The herd grumbles with one irritable, faltering voice. Try to render the fungus edible? Ugh. Dull thud of your cook's tenderizing mallet pounds day and night. After a thorough walloping, the fungus is cut into cubes and then, optimistically, fried and battered. The cook hopes it will disguise the unctuous texture. The crew eat it solemnly. That night you dream of a giant's garden, silently in the sunlight. Celestial season turns. As one, fleshy flowers bloom. Gotta love those fleshy flowers. Boy, we sure gain terror quickly, don't we? That is another problem with having to start a new character, is that every time that you discover a new port, it reduces your terror by a significant amount. But if all the ports have already been discovered, you don't get that bonus anymore. More discontent. Make a joke of it. Good enough. Whoa. Nope, I don't want this fight. I'm faster than you. You won't be able to catch me. Leads into Titania. We don't want to go there. We were just there. I'll go to Leadbeater and Stainer out. Excuse me. Oh, got a little too close for the bees. It's okay. Also collect some honey from their nest if I want to. That would provoke their ire. And we don't have any reason to get honey right now as it is. I know in a previous life, this corridor right here is where there was wind. It was always super annoying coming down here to get to Leadbeater and Stainer. That wind seems to have passed. Oh wait, or is this it here? No, I think that's just rain. Okay. They're selling nectar. Resupply. We'll go and talk. Got a report. Converse with fellow captains. Capabilities Inquest, base of research. Consult a superior research on our findings and hypotheses. Cabin walls shine with a slick of golden residue smeared over the wood. The superior researcher is moving about the room, lighting candles. The air is musky. Do forgive the smell. The last sample exploded. She leans in to kiss the pernickety factor on the cheek, who produces a handkerchief as soon as the researcher's back is turned. She is very interested in the bit of purple fungus you present her. How fascinating. Unfortunately, my labs are rather depleted after the last incident. If you could fetch me a live specimen, we could get to work. A live specimen of a purple mushroom. I think I know what she's talking about. No, I just need a cage to catch. Okay. For a second I thought I had to bring the one crew member you can recruit. Yeah, we were partly into this one already. Wings of a chorister bee, ants, and hybris pus. Yeah. We did some of that quest last time, but not all. I don't think we don't have anything to go into the wilds for. Alright, what else? A caged catch. I don't even know where I'm gonna get one of those from. Well, I guess I can hit Port Avon. And back to Winchester, I suppose. Well, I suppose I could get the Wings of Course to be right here. Collect a pristine pair of wings. And we'll just hang on to it now. We're gonna have to come back anyway. More discontent. Make a joke. Continue joking until things aren't scary anymore. Let's see. Oh, well, we have a bunch of port reports. Wonder if we must not be able to return in port reports from Albion into the Reach. I thought we could, but I guess not. I wanted to see. Okay, so the storm that speaks and the burrower below is still watching us. It seems that the waif is no longer interested in us, as we were told earlier. Which I suppose is good. Generally in this whoops. Right click by accident. Almost hit the Tackety Scout. That could have been bad. But generally in the Sunless games, having the attention of the gods is usually a bad thing. They don't expect to see home again. What is your guys' home? We started in London, but oh hey, we can explore these ruins. Here is an ivied ruin of the Reach, graceful with arches and bristled with sprouts of moss and mushrooms. We could risk digging deeper in. 76% chance. Feel good about that. Breaking through a wall, your excavators discover a broad pit that plunges into the ruin's foundations. It is filled with discarded glass vessels, most shattered, but those that are intact hold old, congealed souls. How many were discarded here? Unwanted and forgotten. Terror is getting a little bit high for my liking. Although we should be able to reduce it in Port Prosper. I think we hit something. Offer whatever it was to the waste waif. Uh-oh. Trust no gifts, a superstitious stoker once remarked. If a thing crosses your path, offer it up. On this occasion, though, maybe the offering was not to the god's taste. You glimpsed the Leviathan shapes moving through the fog. Our nightmares are awful, and the waste waif is now displeased with us. That's not good. You are not where you thought you were. Where could I not be? I'm pulling into port. Press on. We are found again. Yeah, if you guys look out the other side of the train, you'll see Port Avon. We are welcome in Port Avon. I have to see. Ooh, yeah. Wastewave is displeased with us. That's not good. 3 out of the 4 gods are currently either watching us or displeased with us. And everybody's selling seeds. What is going on? The village green. Let's get out the Hesperidian cider. I know I completed this quest with the last captain, the Hesperidian cider, because you have to go to London for it, but I don't remember what the result was. I think that was how I got the Pteropterus Hoarder as a crew member. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's watch a cricket match. Intercede in a mushroomy matter. We gotta get our mushroom back. Our Blemigan Voyager. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome back. He is, in fact, a giant mushroom. Short-sighted cryptozoologist. Oh, I guess I could do that quest, too. She wants to go to Hybris. I remember that. Although there's not anything to see in Hybris anymore. Right? Oh, no, she wants to go to Lustrum. Okay. Interesting. I know the first time you see her, she wants to go to Hybris, but I think now that Hybris is empty, she probably wants to go to Lustrum instead. Which, fine. That's nice and easy. Cyclopean ruins. Enjoy the picturesque surroundings. How vast were the beings that resided here? Were they kings? Was this their palace? I've seen that before. We've worn out Oak. Well, we did collect a whole bunch of jars of souls, which, if we're going back to Carolyn at some point, that would be a good thing to bring with us. So we can trade those in for a bunch of stuff. Could head down to Lustrum, but I think I will head up to New Winchester. Definitely one of the problems with this kind of legacy game too is that if you have a particularly long-lived captain and they die, especially with like the one that I had before, you know, I had a lot of different quests going, I had a lot of different stuff under my wing going at the same time. Now that they die and I kind of have to start over again, I feel kind of lost, I guess. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I could be doing, but I don't really know what I should be doing. I go drop off these port reports first. Which I guess is part of the design of the game, is that you pretty much just, you do what you want to do. Deliver reports. Take them all. I think I've got enough money to buy that cargo upgrade, which would be darn helpful at this point. Hire crew for 40 bucks, sure. Oh, you know what? I think... Don't tell me. Because I hired that crew, I now don't have enough money to buy the winch and pulley. I could just buy this one. Oh, it takes up the lightning bolt slot, which would remove our assaying device. Well, that's no good. We need that thing. It would be great if I could equip this thing. I need 25 veils, because that gives us mining plus cargo space, which is what we had before. Oh, that's right. To equip the weapon that we had, that we were talking about earlier, we need 50 or more hearts, which we have, but we need a heavy weapon slot, which we don't. This locomotive has 2 regular weapon slots. So we'll probably have to hang on to that one. We do need 75 mirrors to equip our Ratronaut, which is a tier 4 item. Can take that out of cargo space now. How many sky stories do I have? I need 4 more. Well, I guess we might as well get some of these other quests underway again. And we need some of those to talk to the incognito princess to find out that she is Queen Victoria's daughter. And I believe... yeah, she wants to go to Perturance, which we didn't do that last time. What was that about St. Dunstan's? What got her so shaken up at Carolyn? When I was a gal, I used to do a bit of spying for the crown. Now that I've been out of the trade for years, I couldn't help but overhear an intriguing conversation. People rarely pay attention to ladies of my age. She gives you a look as though daring you to disagree. They said revolutionaries helped our government conquer Albion. They mentioned a secret rendezvous at St. Dunstan's between 4 representatives, a new sequencer, a revolutionary, and 2 members of Her Majesty's government. I have yet to get to the bottom of this. It is my duty. She tilts her chin defiantly. I have a friend at Port Prosper who owes me a favor. And we can get lunch. Okay, well, we gotta go back there. Let's talk to our chief engineer so that we can start their quest. I failed at playing cards. Let's listen to their suggestion. Alright, that's their suggestion for the second event. But I want their other quest. Right, I have to take him to a doctor first, which is in New Winchester, so we could do that. I don't know if the mascots will actually give you quests or not. I don't think they do. I don't have enough Sky Stories to share stories with him. Fair enough. So let's take the incautious driver to their doctor, which, yeah. Then we can talk to them again and ask where they want to go. They want to go to Old Tom's Well, which is to the northwest of New Winchester. So, northwest of New Winchester. So it's got to be in there. Somewhere. I've never been that deep. Like, I tried once and got scared. But that might be a next time thing. So for now, it has indeed been 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. One more week of Sunless Skies. Felt a little bit like we were kind of doing busy work, which, as I was mentioning earlier, is kind of the unfortunate truth about the game, is that if you die and have to start over, you kind of end up doing a lot of the same stuff over again, and it can feel a little bit frustrating, which has kind of got me thinking. I don't know. I've been doing this for a while now, and I really enjoy the game, but it really does feel like I'm not progressing that much. Like I said, there's still 2 other regions to the game that I've barely touched, and I know for a fact that I am not equipped to deal with it. So it feels like I am still very far away from any kind of like resolution, and I don't know how well that progress is kind of inching toward that. So I don't know. I might be thinking about taking a break from Sunless Skies for a while and doing something else on potentially on Sundays. But we'll see. I'll kind of play around with it. If I haven't made it my mind up by next week, then I'll do Sunless Skies again. If not, or if I have decided to do something else, well, I'll do something else. But I will keep things as it is for now, tentatively, to change later. But that's Sundays. Um, there's always other stuff going on. Everybody's got their own streams throughout the week. I believe tomorrow should be Action Shakespeare doing some miscellaneous Mondays, unless I don't believe that anything has changed as far as that schedule goes, but I could be wrong. But follow her on Twitter, check her Twitch. She'll have more updates there. I'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully with more Horizon. Again, if I don't change my mind and decide my computer is in too much pain to try streaming that. But again, I'll worry about that on Tuesday. And then I should be back again. Well, I'll be on Thursday's Game Jam on Words of Stream, and back again on Sunday. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me. I bid everyone a good night, and I will see you all next time.